Hello students, welcome to the online tutorial session. Today we will complete the rest part of this chapter. So the first topic we will cover it is the operating environment. The system that used to interact with the computer, actually known as the user interface. So there are two types of user interfaces available. So number one is the command line interface, that is CLI. Another one is the graphical user interface, that is known as the GUI. Okay. So today we will first learn about the CUI. Okay. So the command line interface, actually user have to type the command to communicate with the operating system. Okay, so we have to, through the keyboard, we have to type the command to do the operation. So if you want to save, then you have to write down the command. Okay, or you have to suppose you have to copy a file. Okay, if you want to copy, so how we can give the copy option, that C drive : slash my file is where my file .cpp, it is the extension, okay, to slash another program, and here beforehand we have to write copy. So we have to copy the my file from C drive to A drive, okay, in the program part. So in this way we have to write a command. But in case of Windows, what we are doing, just selecting the file and press the copy option and move to the location or the destination where we want to copy. But here in the command line interface, we have to type such kind of a option. Suppose another one. So if you want to show the date and time, that's also automatically available in the Windows, that is in command line user interface. But if you want to show, then you have to type time, that is OEC : then time you have to write. Okay, this time command. Okay, so this time command you have to run and then press enter. So in this way you can check the time of the system, or if you can check a date as well. If you want to put date instead of time, if you want to put date, so date will be able to see. So this is how we have to, if you want to interact with the computer using command line user interface, we have to type the command. Okay, and actually DOS is actually a command line user or interface. Okay, now we are coming to the topic, that is graphical user interface. Okay, so with a graphical user interface, the users select the pictures mean the icons. Okay, icons. Select the option from the menu to communicate with the operating system. There are several icons are there. Okay, you are able to see the icon Mozilla Firefox, Office Word. These are the icons. We don't need to type, or if you want to open a particular application, we don't need to type any command. We will just select it and it will open. So this is the beauty, or these are actually the icon. These all are the icons. So we are using an icon, or you can say it's the picture, to communicate with the operating system. The icon and the menus are self-explanatory. Self-explanatory means that through this icon, if you see, you understand this is for the Word, this icon is for Excel part, this one is to open particular file. So it is self-explanatory that which one wanted to do. So this type of interface is very popular compared to the command line user interface, because it is easy to use and easy to access. Okay, so few definition we need to know, that Windows, it is a rectangular box on the screen that you are able to see. Icons, the picture on the screen, and menus, actually information. Menus are actually the screen. We are able to see all the listed items will be saying, and pointer is mouse pointer is there, through which you can select the particular item. Okay. Now we are moving to another topic, that is open source operating system. So there are different type of operating systems are available. So here the name is not mentioned. Okay, I'm writing this names. Okay, you have to know, because it is not there as a part of the syllabus, but you better to know there is a type of operating system. Okay, types of OP system, okay, operating system. So first type, it is called single user. Single user operating system. Single user means only one person can work. Like the example is DOS or Windows. Okay. Number 2, it is a multi-user. Multi-user, or you can say this one as well as a time sharing one. Time sharing means that here in the computer network, the multiple operating system allows different users to access the same data or application on the same network. The network is where several systems are connected. This is known as a network. So in that particular network, there is a multiple user can access a single operating system. Okay. Now another type, number 3. Okay. Green is number 3 is known as multitasking. Okay. Multitasking operating system allows the execution of more than one task that at the same time. Okay. So you can do multiple type of tasks over here. Okay. Number 4, you can say it is a multiprocessor. You are not able to understand my handwriting. So multiprocessor, PROCESSOR. So multiprocessor operating system means where there are parallel processing is going on, because there are more than one number of processor is included over here. So if the number of processor increases, so using this multiple processor you can do multiple jobs. So that's why it is a multiple processor. Okay, number 5, we can say it is a batch processing operating system. Batch processing is actually using this operating system, only one program can be run at a time. So this kind of operating system can still found in some mainframe computer running the batch job. Okay, but number 6 is the real-time operating system. So mainly used in process control, telecommunication basis. So again I am repeating, the first one is a single user, next one is a multi-user, third one is the multitasking. Tasking I am writing now, you are not able to understand tasking, the spelling TASKING. Multitasking. Number 4, it is the multiprocessor. Number 5 is a batch processing one. Number 6 is the real-time one. So these are the different types of operating system is there. Okay, present. Now we are moving to the topic that is open source operating system. So as the name suggests, the code of the open source software is open for everybody. So anyone can modify the code for this operating system software and you can share it. So Linux is actually give a particular example of the operating system. It was convinced by the computer experts. So Linux here in case of Windows we cannot develop the Windows because it is specified, the specification authority need to be developed. But here in the Linux, if you want to modify some part of the operating system, you can do that. Okay. Now coming to the utility programs. So utility programs are usually supplied along with the operating system. They are used to carry out the routine tasks that often need by the users. What are those works? Number 1, compressing file, so save space and backing up the storage. Number 2, recovering the data from the damaged file. If your file is corrupted or something, they will try to retrieve the information. Okay. Number 3, checking the disk for fault and repairing. If any fault is occurring in the disk drive, then it will fix it up. Next, checking the files on the disk for computer viruses. If any virus is affected the disk or not, they are checking. If it is affected, then you try to fix the bug or defect or error and repair it. Okay. Number 2, defragmenting the disk drive. It means defragmenting means we have to fragmented the disk space so then we can can put on many number of information in it. And now formatting the floppy disk. If you want to format the disk, okay, if a malfunction is not properly working, so it will format. So these are the utility programs we are having. So today we will complete the whole operating system chapter. In the next session we will solve the exercise one. Thank you student. I am ending my lecture over here.